on the floor for the visiting Sacramento Kings. At shooting guard, Aaron. It's time. Shooting guard position at 6'6" wearing 0, Nick Young. At the center position, standing 7'2", number 55, Roy Hibbert. Starting at small forward, 6'8", number 39, Jeremy Grant. Starting at the other forward position, 6'8", number 2, Marvin Williams. The other guard, 6 feet 10 inches, number 25, Ben Simmons.
Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Charlotte Hornets here at Spectrum Center. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. So a moment now to see the story for DeMarcus Cousins.
And the past 10 games have been all about his work on the boards. He's been a different guy when it comes to rebounding. He's battling like he hadn't been earlier in the year, and it's great to see that kind of hustle.
Collison against Simmons. Outside Williams. Young passes to Simmons. 6 to shoot. And that one, good. Some teams are rolling, have had their ups and downs to the season so far, Clark. And I'm assuming some of these teams having a reality check at this point, right?
I would agree with that, Kevin. I mean, coaches and executives are always thinking about their roster and looking to improve. And sometimes that requires changing things up. If your team is playing well, you're thinking about how do we make the team better. If you're not doing so well, you may be wondering, how do we make the team better? So there's always that keeping an eye on how can we become better teams.
We're about 1 minute into the first. And so Collison will bring it up for the Kings. 4-point game. Bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And one it is. Don't let this height fool you now. Collison plays a little bigger than he is.
The Kings shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Darren Collison at the line for one.
That free throw good from Collison. And here's Charlotte. Now here's Simmons. Last game we saw him score 32. Charlotte moving it around. Poked away. Stolen by Collison. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Inside, Williams with the steal. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Oh, Big Ben rocking it.
Simmons gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Here's Collison. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Hornets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Pass to Williams. Now Young. Simmons left side. Snatched away. A follow with it. Young's there. And there's a follow. That's good on the assist by Collison.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Hibbert against Cousins. To the paint and stolen by a follow. In the corner, it's Temple. Outside Collison. A follow with a screen on Simmons. Collison, the pass to Cousins. The Hornets pull it in. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences. And because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
Here's Collison. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Here's the floater.
He's really a tough guy to shoot over. Hibbert with the...
Oh,
man. You know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Again, the miss by the Kings. Hornets lead by 3. Young outside. No good off the back of the rim.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
A follow left side. To the inside. Here's Collison. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Collison's got 7. And the Hornets with possession here. Now Simmons. He's got 10. There's the lob to the hoop. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
And this is how Hibbert gets a number of his points. I mean, just throw it up there to him.
Assisted Ben Simmons.
The Kings trail by 3. A follow outside. Collison looking around. Pass to Temple. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Take a look at the Kings. Right now, they're down in the 9th spot. They haven't had the kind of success they had wanted to have at this point of the season.
And checking out Sacramento, they're not in a good place right now as a ball club. After the success of last season, they were expecting bigger and better things this year.
And you know what? Even though the season hasn't been a complete disaster, they're pretty dysfunctional as a team right now.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Kings. Outside Williams. Wide open look, and off the left side of the rim, and he swirls in for it.
Everyone playing young to shoot. There he makes the unselfish play.
Simmons against Collison. Pass to Cousins. And it's Roy Hibbert with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Simmons against Collison. Turnaround Jay. No good from Simmons. The Kings trail by 5. Tolliver the pass to Cauley Stein. Banked in off the glass.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Hornets. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
He misses the free throw.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Charlotte making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in.
You know, Ben Simmons so unique as a player. I think he's one of the few non-bigs who can actually dominate a game scoring below the foul line. Not just scoring, but with his passing, too.
Now here's Simmons. 10 points for him. Over Collison. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Simmons got 12 in the game.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Here's Cousins, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Really hard to deal with the size Cousins has when he's down there. The defense sometimes has no choice but to commit the foul.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far, the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Now here's Simmons. 12 points for him. Young finds Simmons. Clock at 4. Over Cousins. Simmons can't get it to go. The Kings trail by 3. Cauley Stein a screen. Tolliver the pass to Cauley Stein. And Grant sends it back.
Well, he's an incredible athlete. You can just see that, using his vertical and his reach on the defensive end. Outstanding block.
Simmons against Collison. Williams for 3. The offensive rebound. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 14.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Pass to Cauley Stein. Here is Tolliver. Good on the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Tolliver's gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. Simmons against Collison. And Simmons kicks to Grant. Back to Simmons. Williams, a screen on Collison. Simmons, the bounce pass. Here's Williams. Rebound by the Kings. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Live by the three, die by the three. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
You know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against.
Richardson, he's checked in for the Kings. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Simmons looking around. And Simmons slams it in.
And this is Simmons at his best. When this kid is attacking the rim, he is tough to contain.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. They can look forward to the Rockets arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that will conclude this long 7-game road trip.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
It's still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Here's Lawson. Makes it off the glass. Lawson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Kings.
You've got to have inside scoring to be successful, and he's aware of that.
And here's Augustine. Still scoreless. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Richardson the pass to Lawson. They set the screen. Drives to the hoop. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Simmons got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Floats it up for Wood. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Portland. And they'll be taking on the Trailblazers. And then on Wednesday, they continue the road trip heading out to the Bay Area to take on the Warriors.
And that game against Brooklyn, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Sacramento. Tolliver comes in for Richardson. Lawson up top, just 5 on the clock. Tolliver kicks to Lawson from outside the arc. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Doing damage from long range, elevating his offense.
Augustine against Lawson. Pass to Aldridge. Down low. Outside, Simmons. Pulls up. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Simmons got 4 points this quarter.
Scoring was maybe the only question about Simmons coming into the league. And now proving the doubters wrong about that.
Hornets trail by 3. Pass to Augustine. To the middle, wants to get it to Bellinelli and does. He gets that one. Bellinelli's got his first bucket of the night.
That's how it's done. Getting down and dirty inside. Good result.
Cousins with it. Tolliver kicks to Lawson. Into the lane. And Aldridge sends it back. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. That puts them in the lead. Simmons got 20 points.
No pulling him off when he's on a heater like this.
And it's Lawson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. And Cauley-Stein throws it down. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here's Simmons, guarded by McLemore. And Simmons slams it in.
And seems like Simmons likes to attack close in. Going after the rim is a great use of that size.
The Kings trailing. Here's Lawson. He has 7. Now here's McLemore outside. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Simmons got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the inside. It's stolen by McLemore. And here comes Lawson leading the fast break. Finished off the break. Lawson's got his 3rd basket of the night. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Kings.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Hey, we got to talk about the defense too, guys. They've been outstanding tonight as they've already been able to knock away quite a few shots.
Like everyone's watching. Let me there.
Sacramento making some changes. Garrett Temple has checked in for Cauley Stein. Flalo comes in for McLemore. And it's Collison in for Ty Lawson. Simmons against Collison. Simmons passes to Grant. Charlotte moving the ball around. On the clock. Lets it go from the wing. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the leaner's probably not the best option on that shot.
Here's Collison. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from him.
Collison against Simmons. Pass to Grant. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And I tell you, I love watching Grant get busy down there. I mean, his impressive leaping ability and his quick release on the shot allow him to score at a high rate down low.
Young from outside, and it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists tonight. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Young with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. And he makes that one. And it's a 4-point Hornets lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Cousins throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Jeremy Grant picks one up.
Boy, Cousins doing a nice job using his strength on the drive to draw the foul and overpower a defender there.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
Was completely out of sync on his free throws, and I'm sure that led him to some extra work at the foul line. And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
Collison against Simmons. He takes it in, and then Simmons slams it in.
Putting on a show for these fans with that finish.
Here's Collison. 9-point game his last outing. Pass to Tolliver. Back to Collison. Here is Tolliver. Cousins with it. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Simmons dishes to Hibbert.
I like the decision by Simmons. Comfortable with the rock. Ben has a really good feel for his age.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
With the assist. The Kings with the timeout. Attention everyone. And who's coming onto the court? It's
seeing new three-point records. Why is that?
We've had a rise in analytic-driven front offices, and the numbers have told them for years teams should take more threes, less mid-range jumpers, so teams are being built to fire threes.
Tolliver kicks to Temple. Bangs home the trifecta. Temple's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
That's getting to your spot and then trusting that the ball will find you.
Simmons, the bounce pass. Grant can't throw down the putback. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Follow the pass to Collison. Driving to the basket.
I tell you what, Collison very tough to contain because he's so fast. Excellent foul shooter as well. You can't give him any cheap ones.
And this will be his second and third shots to the line here.
Darren Collison going to the line, shooting 2.
Throw good, Darren Collison. Zeller, he's checked in for the Hornets. That one misses. Charlotte in the lead. Outside, Simmons. And the layup falls. Simmons got 28 points for the game.
And the rookie Simmons using his size to his advantage there. Nice execution.
Outside Collison. Team 2 from Tolliver. The rebound by Young.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Follow against Simmons. Hibbert with a screen on a follow. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here, and it's Hibbert missing.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Temple the pass to Cousins. And Hibbert with the block, and he gets it back. Count that one. Cousins has got 7 points. Outside, Simmons over Collison, and the last-second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Hornets. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game now. They have no answer for him defensively. We've got more in store for you right after this.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year.
As a resident dunk contest expert, I can tell you, these are the names you want in the dunk contest, guys. Don't come at me with who isn't making the cut, because this group is all you need.
Geez, I guess we can call it right now. The Jet has spoken. And guys, the Charlotte Hornets are in an even game.
Once they gain position underneath the backboard, it's hard to push them out of there.
And even when they don't have position, they have guys who will knife in and steal rebounds, like you're stealing a piece of that cake over there, Kenny.
It's good, too.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And so Collison will bring it up for the Kings. Okay, time for an injury report.
Well, guys, I had a minute to catch up with the Hornets' head athletic trainer. And guys, unfortunately, he has a collapsed lung. Obviously, that's very bad news. There's never a good time for injuries, but right in the thick of the season, this is a difficult one to navigate. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Follow against Young. Outside Collison. Count the basket and the foul. Roy Hibbert picks one up.
An aggressive defense doesn't bother Collison at all. He's used to having to score in these situations.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
Darren Collison at the line, one shot.
One shot.
Throw good, Darren Collison. And so here's Charlotte, trailing by 2. They get to take on the Blazers of Portland after this one. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And Simmons kicks to Wood. Wood with the screen for Simmons. Over Collison. No good from Simmons. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And Hibbert with the block. Now here's Simmons. 28 points for him. Pass to Wood. Wood a screen on Collison. Simmons dishes to Hibbert. Simmons passes to Grace. And it's off from three-point range. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Collison finds Temple. Here's Simmons. Lays it up off the glass. Simmons got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
And Simmons using his natural strength that time, just overpowering the inside presence.
Here's Collison. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. The Hornets shooting at 51%. Really solid. And they double up Simmons. Pass to Wood. And the call will go against Anthony Tolliver. That is his first foul of the game. Charlotte making a switch. Aldridge is checked in.
Into the lineup for
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Wood a screen on Collison. Here's Simmons. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Simmons got 32 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Here's Collison. Hornets with the rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Young outside. Charlotte moving it around. Collison against Simmons. Clock at 6. Pulls it up. Rebounded by Temple. The Kings trailing. Left side Collison. Pass to Aflalo. Here's Temple. Fires for 3. Rebound by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Simmons against Collison. Fades. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Tolliver's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Temple and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Close games often come down to who makes the big plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Some changes for Charlotte. Ellis checked in. Hornets leading by 8. Pass to Zeller. It's stolen by Labissiere. An even 3-on-3 break. Shots good by McLemore.
And that wasn't easy, but he takes pride in being able to hit contested shots.
Now Simmons. Zeller, a screen on Lawson. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Lawson, surveying the D, tries the spin move. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Simmons kicks to Grant. Outside for Simmons. Over Lawson. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Simmons got 34 points.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Simmons against Lawson. Cauley Stein with a screen on Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. A shot's good from Lawson.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Charlotte Hornets. Grant outside. Back to Simmons. Zeller setting the pick for Simmons. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And up the court come the Kings on the break. And Labissiere slams it home.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Simmons against Lawson. Goes up again, and Simmons with the nice bucket inside. Simmons got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hey, clearly this is where Simmons wants to be scoring the ball, as close in as possible.
Lawson against Simmons. High, arcing shot, and they'll get another chance. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Lawson.
A physical anomaly as a guard. Someone using his size there to his advantage.
Wood a screen on Lawson. Here's Simmons. Here's Wood. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hornets.
Their fast break plays have seemed unstoppable. They just keep finding ways to overrun the defense here in transition.
I love the fact they've done tremendous work on the offensive glass. A lot of second chance opportunities as they've kept that ball alive.
Free throw good, Wood. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Hornets. The Kings also at the sub. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Labissiere. Both free throws good from Wood. And here's Lawson. Pass to McLemore. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throw. That one goes on Wood.
Well, you can't overlook any trip to the line. These points could end up making the difference.
Wood, first personal foul, first team foul. Shooting for Sacramento, McLemore at the line, 2 shots.
And that one misses. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Wood. And he's good on the second. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Lawson against Simmons. Sacramento grabs the miss. Here's McLemore. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Right side Simmons. Over Koufos. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Simmons got 38 points.
And you'd love to see Simmons flex this range more. Defenses don't expect him to be a threat in that mid-range area.
McLemore with the ball. Pass to Cousins. Clock at 6. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
Cousins has been absolutely on fire here, and that energy spreading throughout his team as well.
The Hornets call time. And the Hornets making a change here. Young's checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to find out what Charlotte's coach was going over with his guys. Now, he told his guys not to get comfortable. He said, so we've got a little breathing room. So what? That's no reason to slow down out there. He wants them to keep the effort up. Guys?
Thanks, David. The Kings trail by 9. Here's Collison, and finished off by Collison.
6'0", and that's a stretch perhaps, but Collison skying to throw it down. Surprise him, young fella.
Simmons against Collison. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here's the fast break. And a follow wide open. He shoots. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Simmons. Young finds Grant. Simmons sets a screen for Grant. Simmons on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Nice work by Simmons getting into the defense there. He's got to be more intentional like that in the paint.
Sacramento making a switch here. Temple's checked in. No luck that time either. The Kings trail by 4. And it's a follow, penetrating, and contact on the shot. So he'll be shooting free throws here.
You always have to take advantage of trips to the line.
Second team foul. At the line for the Kings, Aflalo. Going to the line, shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Aflalo drops them both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Collison against Simmons. Now Zeller. And here is Simmons. Back to Zeller. Plenty of space. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. That's 7 points for Cody Zeller.
Well, I love seeing Zeller being aggressive and assertive. I mean, no wasted motion. Playing with a purpose there.
Collison against Simmons. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Hornets leading by 4. Here's Simmons. Spins. An easy 2 points on the layup. Simmons got 42 in the game.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Collison finds Cousins. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
Tell you what, guys, this has clearly been his half. I mean, he's getting to his spots, shooting the ball with confidence. Excellent turnaround for him.
Here's Simmons. Here's Hibbert. Tries yet again. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Hornets lead by 6.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Simmons against Collison. Here's Cousins. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Cousins has got 10 points here in the second half. Hornets leading by 4. Simmons with it. Hibbert with the screen. And the rejection by Cousins.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
Shot clock at 5. Simmons. Tries again. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Bang, bang play right there. And Zeller, as always, showing good agility on that move.
Cody Zeller. The assist goes to Ben Simmons.
The Kings trail by 6. Pass to Tolliver. Back to Collison. Follow with a screen on Simmons. Here's Collison. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Simmons got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Grant. Follow pulls it in.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
That's exactly what a team needs when they're playing from behind. Energetic defense.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Aflalo dishes to Collison. And stolen by Simmons.
Hey, it's obvious when you're down, you can't afford to make mistakes, and he's made a few of them tonight.
Driving the lane. Grant gets a wide-open look. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And the Hornets lead by 8.
Well, I tell you, I like the fact that Grant is selective in the shots that he takes. He's looking for quality. He senses the defense is playing off him. As the pass is coming to him, he's prepared. He's getting shot ready as the pass is in the air.
The Hornets call time.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They've led by as many as 14 points. Young outside. Over a follow. Young's shot is off.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
And in a close game like this, it can be won or lost on the boards. They've got to keep it up.
Hornets leading by 6. Right side Simmons. Grant the pass to Zeller. Now here's Simmons. Guarded closely. 6 to shoot. Here's Young. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And he's certainly a guy who can fill it up on any given night now. Between the lines, I think he's locked in pretty good.
Here's Here's Temple. He's covered by Grant. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Jeremy Grant picked one up.
Really good focus, keeping his attention on the basket and not the defender.
At the line for the Kings, Garrett Temple. At the line, two shots.
Take a break.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7. And both free throws good for Temple.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
And it's Simmons penetrating.
Terrific drive, but a better finish.
And Sacramento has possession. Now here's Collison. Pass to Temple. Shoots over Grant. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Temple.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
The kick out to Young. Back to Simmons. Tries a 3. Cousins pulls it in. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Collison against Simmons. Here's Temple, out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Christian Woods checked in for Charlotte. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And the third team.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreak.
And the height Simmons possesses at the point guard spot is really unique, which makes him tough to game plan against.
And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're down by 7. There's 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and an intentional foul right there.
Young. Third personal foul. 15 foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that trims the lead to 6.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Wood kicks to Simmons. Can't cash in from close range.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Nick Young. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 8. What do you think, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
Cousins against Hibbert, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
He hits both from the stripe. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third personal foul. Team is in the penalty. At the line for Charlotte.
That's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Collison for three. Launches it from deep. It's off. And so it's Charlotte with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Ben Simmons. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Portland Trail Blazers going up against the Charlotte Hornets. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And a quick look at some of the numbers for him.
And his three-point shooting has got... a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. Plumlee against Hibbert. Now here's Plumlee. Defense is right there. Here's Aminu. And Grant sends it back. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Just 5 to shoot. Davis setting the pick for McCollum. Now past the halfway mark of the season, Clark, what are you focusing on as the season progresses?
You know, the thing I like to see is if teams that currently have the #1 seed are able to maintain the kind of play that keeps them in that spot. You know, it's never an easy thing given how long this season is to maintain excellence. To get home court advantage throughout the playoffs is a big deal, and those teams that can do that certainly are worth watching.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the height Simmons possesses at the point guard spot is really unique, which makes him tough to game plan against.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen, even to the best of them. And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Taking 2 shots.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. To the paint. Plumlee with the steal. McCollum with the ball. Now defended by Grant. McCollum kicks to Aminu. Back to McCollum. Hornets with the rebound.
That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
And they double up Simmons. Over to the left wing. A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Ready to fire right off the catch. Excellent shot prep.
Cullen passes to Plumlee. Back to McCollum. Takes it inside, and they pick up 2.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Simmons with it. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Hibbert with a screen on Lillard. And they double up Simmons. It's stolen by Davis. McCollum outside. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Great tee that time from Hibbert.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Simmons inside. Covered by Lillard. And the shot is good.
We hear a lot about the work Simmons is putting into his jump shot. Great to see him make use of it in the game.
Simmons against Lillard. Throws it up high and stolen by Hibbert. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. And then Simmons slams it in.
You know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Now here's Plumlee. He has yet to score. Pass to McCollum. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 5 to shoot. Back to Aminu. That fall. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Smart pass by C.J. McCollum. I mean, he's got an eye for dropping dimes.
And Simmons has got the ball here for Charlotte. Kicks it out to Grant. Over Aminu. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Lillard. Averaging around 27.5 points a game. One of the best in the league. And Hibbert with the block.
He's really a tough guy to shoot over. Hibbert with the great size and length, and he's developed a knack for timing his challenges quite well, and as a result, anchoring the defense.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Here's McCollum. After the basket by Charlotte. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Simmons against Lillard. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Plumlee with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Having an efficient three-point attack. Very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. In second, the Hornets.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Razili's checked in for Davis. He's perfect from the line this time.
Your classic combo guard. C.J. McCollum can play off the ball as a shooting guard, but also can run the point at times. A valuable piece for this team.
Here's Simmons. Plumlee with the rebound. Portland trailing here. Now Aminu. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. A 3 from McCollum, nailed from three-point land. McCollum's got 11 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Simmons against Lillard. Nick Young on the wing. Scoreless thus far. Shot to stop the run. No good from Simmons. For Portland, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. Lillard with a screen for Aminu. Pass to Plumlee. Now, here's Lillard. Guarded by Simmons. A 3 from McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Portland. So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
Fans, let them hear from you. Make some noise for your Blazers answer. That was awesome, fans.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Charlotte. The season well underway, and they've been solid in third right now.
And you know, for the Hornets, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Count it.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Trailblazers.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Aminu slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
And so here's Charlotte. The Blazers getting the bucket. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
I like the decision by Simmons. Comfortable with the rock. Ben has a really good feel for his age.
So it's Portland now. It's a three-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
Good, nice job down low. And it's now only a one-point Portland lead.
And the rookie, Simmons, using his size to his advantage there. Nice execution.
Pass to Aminu. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Hornets trail by 3. Here's Simmons. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Kaminsky. Back to Simmons. Fades and shoots. A rebound by Azili. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Back to Aminu. The shot misses. Great D that time from Hibbert. For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. Here's Simmons. And it's off the back rim. No good. Blazers on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Lillard outside. Inside. Azili. And it's Azili with the jam.
Yeah, that tremendous size of Azili taking full advantage at the rack.
And the Hornets call time here.
It's party time, Portland. Here are your Blazers breaker dance crew. They're out there, always working hard. Your Blazers breaker dance crew.
Hornets trail by 5. Now here's Simmons. He's got 9. Hibbert with the screen. And it's Grant in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. Portland's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. No good from Lamb.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now here's Simmons. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Trailblazers leading by 3. Outside, Lamb. Now here's Cram. He's covered by Grant. Grab the pass to Hawes. Now Lamb. 4 on the clock. Fires from way outside. The pull it in. Kaminsky's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now, here is Young. Hasn't made one yet. And they double up Simmons. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Young. That time on the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists now tonight. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
This is the kind of scoring punch that McCollum can provide. He gets it done at all 3 levels.
Simmons against McCollum. And Simmons kicks to Kaminsky. Grant the pass to Simmons. Over McCollum. Simmons can't get it to go. Portland leading. Here's Lamb. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Young. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Lamb against Young. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Defensive foul.
The defense didn't bother him one bit as he got it to go inside.
Portland, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. Davis is checked in for Portland. Napier comes in for McCollum. The Hornets also with a sub. Zeller's checked in. And Lamb, no good on that one.
Great atmosphere in this building tonight. The fans were primed for this game.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Simmons with it. Picked up by Davis. It's stolen by Lamb. Buries it down low. Lamb's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
It makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
And we reached the end of the 1st quarter. Trailblazers lead by 4. From the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon. We're back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the 2nd quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Trailblazers.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Young against Lamb. Here's Simmons. Softly drops in the floater. Simmons got 13.
Scoring was maybe the only question about Simmons coming into the league, and now proving the doubters wrong about that.
Now here's Cram. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Davis with a screen on Young. Lamb passes to Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Love seeing teammates in sync like that, reading each other's movement extremely well.
Now here's Simmons. Napier covering. Here's Kaminsky. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And great to see last season the Cavaliers celebrate their first title. Greg, which team would you put next on that list to win their first effort?
Well, you look at teams like the Pacers, the Raptors, maybe even the Clippers, all pretty competitive and still looking to plant that flag.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Kaminsky nails both of them. Here's Napier. Nothing on the board. And we're starting the 2nd quarter, about a minute gone. Davis with a screen on Grant. There's Crabbe with the three. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Kicks it out to Grant. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Portland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Now, here's Napier. Not a lot of room. Over Simmons. Another shot. That misses off the backboard. The Hornets trail. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Simmons got 4 points this quarter.
And Simmons using his natural strength that time, just overpowering the inside presence.
Now here's Napier. Guarded by Simmons. Down low. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Lamb against Young. And the rejection by Ezeli. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Ezeli. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Friday, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks coming into town. Then on Sunday.
And looking at the Dallas matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And the Hornets making a change here. Aldridge is checked in, and Simmons kicks to Kaminsky. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists tonight.
And for a rookie, Simmons really savvy with the ball. He knows how to get guys open.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. Ben Simmons third.
He's gotten the opportunity to make a contribution, and the numbers, they followed. I mean, he's shown he can help them control the backboard.
Boy, over the last 10 games, he's been a straight beast. I mean, I'm blown away by his dominance inside at that age.
Charlotte making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in.
An exceptionally strong passer for his age. Simmons easily finds his teammate.
Now here's Ezeli. He's guarded closely. And here's Napier. Still without a basket. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
First in points off turnover. And they're number 2 in field goal percentage. Coach is dialing up the right system that fits their personnel.
And Greg to be top of the league in blocks. They're playing a brand of defense that all but takes away an opponent's inside game. Free throw drops for Napier. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Pause is checked in. And both free throws good for Napier. Hornets leading by 3. Outside, Simmons. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And stolen by Napier. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Ben Simmons.
Well, you got to like the intensity. He really went at him that time.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Look at the...
So Portland ends up going with the new group. .121 left to play here in the half. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
But how about the vertical McCollum has? He may have even surprised himself there.
Augustine looking around. To the paint. And it's Portland with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks, and that game concludes a 5-game homestand. McCollum, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Pass to Bellinelli. Hibbert with a screen on Aminu. And there's the drive. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 7 points for the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Lillard and Hibbert with the block. Here's Augustine. And he banks in the layup. And it's an 11-point Hornets lead.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
McCollum against Simmons. McCollum outside for the three. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's Charlotte up by 11. And we'll return shortly.
65.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead to All-Star Weekend. Let's see who's in the running to compete in the three-point contest.
I hope we get to see all of these guys expand the field if you have to.
Yeah, just get a center or a power forward in there. The game has evolved. Us big guys need representation.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first-half performance for the Hornets.
Obviously, they've been locked in from range. Your confidence grows as each shot goes in. It becomes contagious.
Yeah, in the second half, though, they got to mix it up a little more because those who live by the three, you know the rest.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
Too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Hibbert with a screen on Lillard. Here's Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Remarkable athleticism of Simmons right there. Driving to the cup. When he's doing that, you need to get out of his way.
Lillard with it. McCollum outside. Plumlee sets the pick for McCollum. Pocket 6. Off target at the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
For the Hornets, Ben Simmons. 2 shots.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
A walking triple-double threat. Simmons needs to keep working on developing that jump shot to be truly unguardable.
And the basket by McCollum.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Simmons. Portland grabs the miss. McCollum outside. And that one is good. McCollum's got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Hibbert. And Aminu kicks to Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket.
So effective in the catch and shoot is Lillard. You give him an inch, and he's taking much more than that.
Right side Simmons. It's stolen by Aminu. A second chance effort, and Grant sends it back.
Superb focus from Grant that time defensively, keeping his eyes on the ball so he could anticipate that shot.
Outside, Davis. It's McCollum on the wing. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Lillard. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And now it's only a 5-point Charlotte lead.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
No good from Simmons. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They're rolling here with the 9-point run. McCollum, no good. Hornets leading by 5. Floats it up for Young. It's stolen by Davis. McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Hibbert. McCollum passes to Davis. And he lays it straight in. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Let's get some crazy fans. Welcome to the floor, your Trailblazers Stats team. Attention fans, now on the court is your Bucks squad. Get loud and let them hear it. T-shirts are going out now. Looking for grand love.
The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. Ben Simmons, number 1.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They've led by as many as 14 points. The kick out to Young. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
3.
Simmons got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Trailblazers trail by 6. He lobs it up and stolen by Hibbert. And then Simmons slams it in.
Oh, Big Ben rocking it.
For Portland, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. McCollum passes to Aminu. Back to McCollum. With the drive, and the shot goes in. McCollum's got 7 points for the quarter.
Nice play by McCollum. So crafty with the ball in his hands.
Simmons against Lillard. Outside, Simmons. Over Lillard. No good from Simmons. And here's Portland. They're on a 13-5 run here. Pass to Lillard. Kaminsky against Davis. McCollum left side.
And I love how active McCollum is. Superb at drawing contact on the way up.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Hornets.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
Free throw good, McCollum. And the Hornets making a change here. Aldridge is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Hornets leading by 4. Now Simmons. He's got 20. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Nice work by Simmons getting into the defense there. He's got to be more intentional like that in the paint.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, with the style of game he has, seems like no matter the system, he's going to succeed.
McCollum up top, defended by Young. And a wide open look for McCollum. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kaminsky's got 8 rebounds in this game. It's tipped. Young passes to Aldridge. And he gets it to go. Aldridge has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Everyone playing Young to shoot. There he makes the unselfish play.
And Lillard kicks to Davis. It's blocked.
Fantastic defense. Great timing on the rejection.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Here's Lillard. He's got 8. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter. Hornets leading by 5. Here's Simmons. Pass to Kaminsky. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Pulls up on the wing. And again, it's Portland converting.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Here's Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simmons got 23 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the first time out of the game called here for the Trailblazers. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
See yourself on the big screen. You know what to do. Show us your moves. Keep it going.
Check in for the Trailblazers. Land comes in for Lillard.
On the floor for your Trailblazers, Kraft, Lamb.
Now here's Lamb. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. There's Crabbe with the 3. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Young against Lamb. Back to Simmons. Pass to Kaminsky. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. 4 on the shot clock. Fade away. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And now a 7-point Charlotte lead. McCollum against Simmons. McCollum kicks to Crabbe. That's in, coming off the assist from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight. McCollum against Simmons. Grant outside. Kaminsky the pass to Simmons. Here's Grant. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And how about the physicality from Grant, not allowing the close defense to keep him from his shot.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And Portland making a change here. Azili's checked in.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
You know, the first thing that jumps out at you when you look at Grant is his athleticism. I mean, This guy's a terrific dunker and finishes well around the basket even when he doesn't dunk.
Stolen by Grant, and Grant with a clear path to the hoop, and the dunk by Grant.
Rising up with power. I like seeing that kind of aggression down low.
Trailblazers trail by 8. McCollum outside. Rebound by Aldridge.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And Simmons slams it in.
And seems like Simmons likes to attack close in. Going after the rim is a great use of that size.
McCollum against Simmons. McCollum dishes to Grant. Shot clock at 6. Back to McCollum. From deep three-point territory. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kaminsky's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And Simmons kicks to Young, and the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Plumlee.
And a moment now to see the numbers for McCollum. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 17 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
Trailblazers trail by 12. Pass to Lamb. They need this. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kaminsky with the ball. And here is Zeller. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
We've already seen it. Simmons' size and agility, it creates problems for the defense.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
And Simmons. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. DJ Augustine's checked in for Nick Young. And Simmons drops them both.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
And the Trailblazers with possession here. They trail by 14. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. The Hornets, number 1.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Crab from long range. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Simmons got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Fades away. That one rolling around and rims out. Trailblazers trail by 14.
2 minutes.
Crab with the ball. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And it's a Zealy with the jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Shoots. And there's Grant on the assist by Simmons.
Assisted by
Grant's got the lead up to 14 now for the Hornets. McCollum against Simmons. Azealia screen. Steps back. Kicks it out to McCollum. 1:02 left here in the third quarter. He's looking for Azealia and finds him.
Using that big body to kind of carve out space. Azealia loves to score off missed shots.
Now Simmons, he has 31. Zeller, a screen on Lamb. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zeller.
I believe the defense saw that coming, but still had no answer.
.43 seconds left in the third. Outside, Lamb. Azealia screen. Lamb passes to Azealia. Second chance shot, and the layup is good. Azealia's got 10 points.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Outside, Simmons. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Simmons got 18 points now here in the second half.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hornets lead by 14. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And how about a look now at our assist to the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Outside, Lamb. There's the screen. Driving in. Plays it up and banks it in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Simmons. Napier covering. Simmons passes to Grant. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Offline with the baseline jumper. Trailblazers trail by 12. Here's Lamb. The teardrop falls in. Lamb's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Gets it in close and doesn't waste that high percentage shot.
Outside, Simmons. Pass to Grant. Over Crab. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Zeller.
With Zeller, you've got to get a body on him because if you don't, he's going to hurt you on the offensive glass.
Napier dishes to Hawes. Back to Napier. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Lamb against Bellinelli. Pulls from the top of the key. Bounces high off the rim and drops. That's 10 points for Lamb.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Pass to Kaminsky. Now here's Simmons. Got a piece of it. Here's Kaminsky. Simmons with it. Napier covering. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 3 assists in the game. And so Napier will bring it up for Portland. It's a 14-point game. On the wing, Lamb. Here's Hawes. And the 3 ball is good. Hawes got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, a big man with great touch from deep, always a valuable commodity in today's game.
Now here's Simmons. Napier covering. Pass to Crabbe. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Boy, he basically willed that shot to fall despite the contact he drew. That was a heck of a play.
Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Portland. Charlotte also making some changes. Hibbert comes in for Cody Zeller, and it's Gian Leon in for Grant. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Lillard against Simmons. Pass to E. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. E's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
E with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. And stolen by Lillard. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. And a wide open look for Lamb. No good from outside. Charlotte leading by 10. To the middle. There's another turnover by the Hornets.
No clue where that pass is going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Lillard finds McCollum. Back to Lillard. There's the 3. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
The Hornets call time. Young's checked in for Charlotte. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, during the break, I listened in on what the head coach of the Hornets was getting across in the huddle. He told them, pedal to the metal. Adding, we're ahead out here, but it's not over yet. Don't start celebrating in your head when there's work to be done on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And this is something Simmons loves to do. He's all for trying to get his teammates going.
Trailblazers trail by 9. McCollum with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Second team foul. At the line for Portland, C.J. McCollum. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Hornets leading by 7. Now here's Simmons. Pass to Bellinelli. 5 on the clock. Here's Kaminsky. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Charlotte shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Here's Simmons. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 7. To the left side wing. Plumlee, the pass to Ezeli. To the inside, Lillard takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Lillard's got 11 in the second half. And so Simmons will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Simmons, a screen on Lillard. Ellenelli finds Young. The putback. And another shot. And Hibbert with the nice inside bucket. And the Hornets lead by 7.
Solid move that time by Hibbert. This is the area where he's most comfortable.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Davis is checked in for the Trailblazers. Plumlee with a screen on Young. It's McCollum with the drive. Young with the steal. Here he goes. And Simmons slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for him.
Aminu misses.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to 9. They're back within single digits after that one from McCollum. Simmons against Lillard. Simmons left side. Shoots over Lillard. And that one hits back iron. Portland has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And he lobs it up toward the rim and stolen by Hibbert. And they're pushing it up. And then Simmons slams it in.
Right now, he is cooking. His guys would be smart to keep feeding the beast.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Lillard. Ben Simmons with the rebound. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The kick out to Young. Plumlee with the steal. McCollum looking it over. Here's Lillard, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Boy, it is so difficult not to foul Lillard. I mean, you never know exactly how to shade him defensively because he's so versatile.
And the Hornets making a change here. Grant's checked in, and he can't hit the second.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Kaminsky, the pass to Simmons. Shot clock at 6. Over Lillard. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Simmons got 41.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
The Hornets call time.
We're on the lookout for our longest man who'd like a free t-shirt tonight. By your Trailblazers Scoop team.
Charlotte leading by 12. The kick out to Young. Beyond the arc. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. McCollum against Young. Plumlee with a screen on Young. Here's McCollum. And the jumper is good. McCollum's got 40 points.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
And Simmons kicks to Hibbert.
2 minutes.
Grant surveying the D. Hibbert finds Kaminsky. And here's Hibbert. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Young against McCollum. Plumlee with a screen on Young. Inside. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Roy Hibbert picks one up.
Oh, man, that was a loud bucket.
Mason Plumlee shooting 1.
A free throw off from Plumlee. Hornets leading by 10. Simmons left side. Shoots over Lillard. Simmons can't get it to go. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Outside, Davis. Lillard from outside. It's sent back down by Simmons.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Charlotte.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And guys, because they play in different conferences, this is the last time these two will face off It has to feel good getting a clean sweep here, finishing the season series 2-0 against the Trailblazers.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ben Simmons.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
A three from McCollum gets the three-pointer to fall. McCollum's got 43 points. Here's Simmons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Fourth personal foul. First team foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
Taking 2 shots.
And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time. So it's Charlotte picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Ben Simmons.